Hello whisky fans and welcome back to day 3 of Dramvent, the Master of Malt Whisky Explorers Edition Whisky Advent Calendar. That thing, you know what it is. I'll just show you the box. I don't know if some of you might have got the ones that have got a different picture on the front, but I just wanted to show you the box there. I think that's a really nice design. Sort of oak staves from a cask in the background there. Similar to the one that certain famous whiskey tubers use behind their logo. But the little vignette of Scotland peeking through those staves, the mountains, the lake, the little crofter's cottage, field stone wall. I think that's a really nice little presentation. It's a shame that we're going to completely rip it apart. But I thought I'd hold that up to the camera for anyone that hasn't got one before we completely destroy it. Because moving on, it is December the 3rd, so we're looking at door number 3. Another thing that I want to mention is that I think it's been going pretty well so far. This is the more budget of the advent calendars, and already we've had, what have we had? I've forgotten already. Glendronach 12-year-old we've had, which is a really solid, reasonably priced dram. And we've had the other one, the Black Bottle Double Cask from the first release from the Alchemy series. And I think they're both fantastic, reasonably priced, decent, standard, affordable Scotch whiskies. And it's interesting that I have no disappointment at all for those. This advent calendar priced at £99. Obviously we've got 24 drams in here, or hopefully we have, hopefully none have leaked. But £99 for 24 drams means each one has cost us around £4 each. And I think £4 is okay for a little individually hand poured, wax sealed little dram of something like a Glendronach 12. And to be honest, I already feel like we're getting better value out of this than the premium advent calendar last year. There were some really good whiskies in that, but when you look at the price difference and what we're getting now, I feel like we're getting what we paid for already with these two. So hopefully that'll continue with day 3. And I did mention that I might not do all of these blind, and I think this is going to be a day where I give myself the day off. I think I'm going to look at this one first, and I'm going to see how that goes. I think. Let's do it. So I'm kind of glad, in a way, that I looked at this one first, because this is our first world whiskey. So this is a Mackmyra. That is how that is pronounced, because we've had Mackmyra before. Mackmyra Limousin. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce that, but obviously Limousin, Limousin, it's French. It's a type of European oak that they use for cognac. Famously, probably one of the things that you're more likely to have had that's been finished in Limousin oak, or however you pronounce it, is Ardbeg Korevrekken. They always used to make a big deal that they'd used that. So this is a Swedish single malt whiskey from Mackmyra in Sweden, funnily enough. And it's 46.1%. And I'm going to be brutally honest. I've never loved Mackmyra that much. I feel mean saying that, because they're a kind of new distillery. It's world whiskey. It's not like anyone else is making Swedish whiskey and becoming a household name. Easy for you to say. So they've done that, to be fair. But whenever I've had Mackmyra whiskey before, it's always seemed a bit young, and you get a lot of oak spice and a lot of jammy notes from some kind of STR cask or whatever it is they've used. I think the most interesting Mackmyras I've had to this point have probably been, there was one which I think was called Svenska Rock, which was the peated one, I think, and that was interesting because I think they used juniper. They had like some sort of herbal smoked Swedish whiskey, and that was interesting. But hopefully this one's going to be my new favourite. To be fair, that is a very interesting nose. Apologies, I probably should have announced that I was going to tell you what this one was before I opened it, in case anyone's doing that blind. In future, if I do look at what they are in advance, I will let you know. But the nose of this one, it's got that distinct herbal quality to it again. Sweet and oaky, a little bit starchy, which I always interpret as a bit youthful, so I don't think this is an old whiskey. I'm not sure if Mackmyra have ever released any age statement whiskies. It's not a distillery that I kind of keep tabs on. But that seems like a youngish, very well made whiskey. Definitely oakiness. Herbal, spicy, fruity, a little bit lemony, jelly sweets, but not the kind of jelly bean, confectionery, gummy sweet notes that you quite often get on a lot of world whiskey. I like that lemony note. I like that it seems sharper and clearer than a lot of Mackmyras that I've had in the past. Let's see how it tastes. Obviously, there's probably a little bit of suggestion there, but I think there is a little bit of a cognac-y note to this. I don't know if the Limousin oak that they've used from this is ex-cognac or if it's virgin oak. There's definitely a spiciness there, but there's also a sweet, rounded quality to this whiskey as well. It's a bit of a cognac-esque note in that sweet, rounded, slightly grapey sweetness. Nice dryness on the palate as well. Nice astringent, slightly grapefruit type astringency on the palate. Lemon, nice and sharp, nice and bright. And I do like my sharp lemon, grapefruit, sharp whiskies, clean, laser focused. I did wonder if there might be a slight smokiness on the nose, but I don't think there is. If there is, I think it's coming through from barrel char perhaps. I don't think that this is a smoky whiskey from Mackmyra, because they have done that before. But it's a really good one. Very impressed. I think that's the best whiskey I've ever had from Mackmyra. So I've not heard of this one, Mackmyra Limousin. Really should find out how you say that. But yeah, that is the best whiskey I've had from them, and I assume this is probably a new release and it's possibly a bit more mature than like the Svenska Rock and things like that I've had before, because I do like that quite a lot. Don't know how much it sells for, but if it's under £50 a bottle, I'd probably buy a bottle of that, because it's quite unique, it's quite different, very nice. Let me know what you think of this one if you've had it, and what you think of Swedish whiskey. Thanks for watching, see you tomorrow, cheers.